Hello, procrastinators. Today I am back with another Christmas collab video, and today I'm collabing with Marla over at Mad About Cards and Crafts. The link to her video will be in my description box below. And today we are doing rainbow Christmas cards. Now, I have to admit, this one was a little bit of a struggle for me because I am more of a traditional Christmas color person, but I did have a lot of fun with this. It was definitely a challenge for me as a card maker, and I do love to challenge myself as a card maker. So I am starting off with Gina K's Snowflake, nope, I lie, Baby It's Cold Outside stamp and die set. So I'm stamping a couple of the snowflakes here, and these are kind of layering type snowflakes where you can take several different of these snowflake designs and kind of layer them up and make different snowflake designs. I found that kind of fun. I've had this set forever and I haven't actually used it. It was something that I got in a de-stash from another crafter, and I've never used the actual snowflakes. I've used some of the sentiments, never use the snowflakes, which is weird because I love snowflakes, but I have so much Christmas stuff. It's ridiculous. All right, so I found it easier to stamp the one snowflake, one part of the snowflake, and then die cut it and stamp your second or third layer after that. So this particular die right here isn't completely, it's got some solid parts on it. So I found it easier to die cut it and then line the die cut, the negative piece of the die cut up with your stamp and then put the die cut in the hole. As you could see, it's easier for you to see what I did than for me to explain it. I hope that made sense. All right, so now I'm putting my die cuts back in their negative spot. I lined up the second layer of the snowflakes that I decided to use, and then I'm going to stamp those. And I do apologize if the stamp set isn't available anymore. I don't think it is. It's several years old. So I'm going to use this Kaleidacolor ink pad, and it's got these rainbow, it's a rainbow pad basically is what it is, because hey, we're doing rainbows, right? This one is called Spectrum. Kaleidacolor has several of these rainbow type pads. You can get them like in all different colors, blues and greens, and but this one is pretty much rainbow. It's got magenta, orange, purple, blue, green, I think it is. And so what I decided to do here is stamp my snowflakes and use 2 or 3 different colors on each snowflake, but have it do the whole spectrum of colors that's on the pad. So my little one has the red and orange. This next one has orange, magenta, and blue, I think. The next one has green and purple or something like that. Anyway, you can see when I'm doing my voiceover, the screen is very small. It's hard for me to see details like that. Plus, I've got really bad eyesight. If that's something you didn't know about me, I've got really bad eyesight. Just went in and had my eyes checked on Friday, actually, and getting 2 new pairs of glasses. Kind of excited about that. At my age, for me to be excited about glasses, that's pretty sad. Anyways, all right, so I got my snowflake stamped. I did do 2 sets of those in the same exact way. I'm going to be making 2 cards. If you didn't notice that in my pictures at the beginning, I decided to do 2 at once here. All right, so I am doing my sentiment now. I picked the sentiment Warm Wishes and Snowflake Kisses, and I'm doing it on a circular die cut here. I'm using one of the Spellbinders Nestabilities large circle dies. So what I decided here was to mask off the and Snowflake Kisses part underneath, so I could do all the colors of the pad again. So I'm gonna do the Warm Wishes part in the magenta, purple, blue, green, and then underneath on the and Snowflake Kisses, we're doing the orange, magenta, and the blue, purple, or whatever. Anyway, I wanted to make sure that I got all the colors in the sentiment as well. So I'm just masking it off and using different parts of the pad here, and just using a little bit of a post-it tape to do this, and then just selectively inking. And when you use these pads, you want to just kind of shimmy it back and forth like I just did there, just to kind of mix the color and make sure that the colors blend together so you don't get stripes of color instead. I hope that makes sense. But I just do a tiny little shimmy motion and that works. So when I did these, I put a holographic embossing powder over the VersaFine Nocturne. And then I just stamped the Kaleidacolor next, and I didn't emboss over that. So when I went to wipe off the ink over the holographic embossing powder, I smeared it. And it probably wouldn't have been a big deal, but to me it was. And so, plus then when I put my snowflakes over the top of the backgrounds that I had made, I felt like they got lost. It was a lot of white and rainbow on top of each other. So I thought, well, maybe if I ink blend over these snowflakes and give them more of a solid color, maybe they'll stand out more. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm doing two-tone snowflakes because most of these are two-tone. Some of them have more than two colors, but that's fine. And I'm just covering over the white. Well, obviously I'm coloring over the color too. But so not only is this ink blending, coloring over the smears that I made on some of them, it's also giving them more color so they stand out against my white and rainbow background. I used a foil plate for the background. So I feel like these are going to stand, these do stand out a lot more against the background than they had if I would have just left them white with the stamping. I hope that makes sense. You'll see when you see the background if you don't remember what it looked like from my pictures in the beginning. So not only did I fix a mistake that I made, I also made them stand out a bit better, and I think that the card looks much better than it would have if I would have just left these white. So I'm just doing some quick ink blending here, and it's really simple ink blending, so it's not a big deal. So we're just gonna finish this up real quick. I think this is the last one. Now that I've been talking and not really paying attention to the video, I believe this is the last one. Maybe I've got the bigger snowflakes to do next. I don't remember. But just really simple ink blending. It's not taking me much time. I'm just making sure that the colors blend in the middle. And I don't want to go too dark because, again, I don't want to cover up my stamping. I just want this to add to it. And, oh, we do have one more. Now, I thought this was a really pretty blend, and it's not something I would have thought about doing together, I don't think, had my stamping not been pink, blue, and purple. I didn't want to do the Villainous Potion on the other side of the pink because I felt like the Villainous Potion is so dark it would have covered up my colors that I stamped with the Kaleidacolor pad. So I decided to do the Prize Ribbon on the other side instead of purple. And the color that this blends into with the picked raspberry and the Prize Ribbon, the color in the middle, I thought turned out so pretty. So I think I'm going to have to do some more ink blending with Prize Ribbon and picked raspberry. And I'm really not a pink person, to be honest. But I thought this turned out really pretty. And there are people that I give cards to that are pink people. So I think that this will, this is a very pretty color combination. And I think that this is going to show up more on some cards that I make. So if you have not blended picked raspberry and Prize Ribbon together, you should give it a try, especially if you like pink. All right, so this is almost done with the ink blending, and then we can start assembling. And I hope that you aren't too terribly annoyed with my cat in the background. If you can hear him, he has been, I'm doing 3 voiceovers today, so if you hear me talking about my cat in the last several videos, well, that's why, because he's mad that my husband is working in the garage today. And I am sitting here doing voiceovers, and he's very upset with both of us, apparently. And so he's just going to talk through all my voiceovers today. All right, so I'm using some mini rainbow stripe foil, and I am using the Snowflake, I don't know, what was it called? Oh my goodness, I had it on here, I swear. Well, it popped up on the screen. It's a Snowflake Glimmer plate. I can't remember what it was called. I used it a couple videos ago. I really like it, so that's why you're seeing it again. I think it's pretty. I thought it would be really pretty with the rainbow foil too. So like I said in one of my last videos, there are tons of videos on the Glimmer hot foil system. That's why I'm not really going over it very much. If you are interested in how to use it, there are videos on how to do that. Then I don't have one, unfortunately, because I didn't get my Glimmer system until last Christmas, and there were already a ton of videos on it. I didn't really feel it was necessary to do another one. So I'm using an A2 Matting Basics die from Spellbinders to cut these down a little bit, as I do like my card panels to be a little bit smaller than my card base, so I have some matting layers that I can put behind them. I like to have a white border on my card, all that good stuff. So I'm going to trim these down a little bit. All right, so I did matte these with a black layer. I matted the sentiments with a black layer. And I'm just going to do a little bit of assembling here. Not much. I did some of the assembling off screen. So I'm just going to glue this down flat. And after I get it straight, because I did not get it straight the first time, of course, I'm just going to glue that down straight. And then I did do these cards both a little bit differently. One of them, the foiling did not turn out completely perfect. I don't know why, but it didn't. They both have the same cardstock. They both have the same foil, all that good stuff. But one of them, the foiling did not turn out completely perfectly, so I did strategically place my snowflakes so I could cover that up. Both these cards, the snowflakes, are stacked, I think, with 3 white die cuts behind them and then the colored one. So there is some dimension on both of these with that, but there's no other dimension anywhere else. Well, besides the matting layers, the black behind them and whatnot. So I'm just going to glue those down, and then I do the other one off screen, but it's exactly how you see laid out there. And then I've got some Pink and Main crystal gems. I'm just going to glue a few of these on each of the snowflakes. These crystal gems are colored, so where the pink is, I've got pink gems. Where the blue is, I've got blue gems. Where the yellow is, I've got yellow gems, and so on and so forth. So this finishes up my card for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to stop by Marla's channel to see her rainbow card today. The link for that will be in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And as always, have a great day.